Hi, my loves. Hello, hello. I'm just gonna wait a couple minutes before I officially start. I wanted to come on to share a little bit about my process because, one of I think the bravest things we can do and the most boldest things is to be, of course, you hear the word authentic, but what does that actually mean? And for me, it really means that, we come on as we are. Hello, say hi as you're here and type replay as you're watching on the replay, of course. And right now, as I am, my loves, I don't know about you. There's definitely some sort of flu going around. Um, so much so that my best friend came all the way to visit me, and she was 40 minutes away with her and her hubby and their three kids, but they were all so sick, and we couldn't see each other. That made me so sad. And um, I feel like I'm living here in Lake Country, which is just outside Kelowna, so basically Kelowna. I don't think Lake Country people like saying that, but to me, it's like the same thing. There's no sun. Like I'm looking out my window, and it's the beautiful waterfront. There's absolutely no sun. It's so gray. There's fog going on. And I remember last year that I started to feel this way, and it didn't feel good. And I think that's a reality of life sometimes, is that we're not always happy. People are asking, "Oh, how are you always so happy?" Yes, I'm happy, but like there's days where um, I struggle too. I'm human. And here I am showing up as I am, where my heart feels really heavy and it feels hard to breathe. And I thought, I can't be the only one. So let me know if that's you too. Um, it really does impact when we don't experience sun. And so, yes, stocking up on vitamin D, supplements, things like that. Um, And, this is an opportunity for me to be demonstrating, modeling, being an image maker of showing up as I am, but also sharing like some of the things that support me and not just talking at you. I'm actually going to be here with you. So if you're recognizing that you're needing motivation, whether you experience winter blues or not, you're starting to feel more overwhelmed, life is getting so busy, especially, as moms, as busy career people, business owners, life is full. And sometimes we forget to slow down and just tune into ourselves. And so I've got the Akashic records opened. I've got my guides. I'm a clear vessel for channel messages to come through. And what wants to come through today is exactly this. I have no script. I usually don't anyway. And I will start with a smudge. I will start with some drumming. But the message that wants to come through is that you're okay as you are, and that it's okay that some days you feel shitty, and that perhaps you don't feel motivated to take action, take aligned action. And so that's actually why I'm on here, because I actually don't feel motivated today. And that's okay. But what I do know is I can be in service. And how I decided to do that was to share with you, because I was going to do this process anyways, but I might as well Facebook Live and IG Live it. Yeah, take that in. Some blue sage with cedar. And I'll do some light language clearings and activations as well. So feel free to share this with whoever you know may be in need and guidance of this. The other message that wants to come through is there's a lot of you that are ascending right now, and you may not even be aware of it. Some of you absolutely are. You're already awakened, and some of you are like, there's something happening. There's something happening, and I'm noticing. but I don't really understand what's happening. You know, when we get sick, actually, Dan and I just did, you read my post on Facebook. We just did couples Akashic reading. I opened the records. Yes, I read couples as well. And we did money clearing with our businesses. We did a money clearing with the different pillars of our businesses, our personal lives. We set visions and goals. And what's been really interesting is my back has been feeling pretty out. And low back stuff is usually around financial stress, things like that. So there have been, let's just say, not great energy around us with regards to money energetics. And so we had to clear that and clear that entity, stress energy. And it's been interesting because I felt like my low back was holding on. It wasn't mine, and I was picking up on my husband's stuff. So that's been cleared, and it's been beautiful. Dan got sick afterwards. And oftentimes what can happen is that you can feel extra tired, emotional, which maybe perhaps that's part of mine too. You can actually get sick after a really potent clearing. And that's why I always recommend drinking lots of water, making sure you're eating high vibe foods, Epsom salt bath, things like that. And all of these things are really important part of self-care anyway. And so this can impact our health, our physical health, when we aren't tuning in, slowing down, taking care of ourselves. And we can do that as simple as our breath. So what I'm being guided and shown right now is to just breathe and invite you to breathe with me. And I feel like, a lot of times we take for granted that we breathe. And yet breathing, our breath is a journey home. When we're feeling so overwhelmed, when we're feeling like we're climbing up mountains and it feels impossible, the best thing we can do in that moment is to slow ourselves down through breath. Stay in the present moment. So I'm going to guide you. And what this does neurologically, okay, so there's science behind this too, right? There's so much science around breath and physiology, is that as we slow down, we actually calm our prefrontal cortex, which is the part of our brain that's a logic, that's a conscious, that's like, I got to do this and this and this and this, and it overwhelms us. That our emotional brain, our limbic brain, sits back here, and then our brain stem, which is like our primitive brain, part of our brain, the fight, flight, stress response kicks in, right? And then all of a sudden we feel so overwhelmed. And so when we take a breath, we're actually bringing in calm. We're emptying the prefrontal cortex and we're focusing on the breath in the moment. This will calm our emotional and primitive brain as well. And then what will transpire is that we can now feel different, more invigorated, more calm, perhaps even more alive, depending on where your baseline was first, right? So in this exercise, while my heart feels heavy right now, my intention, and so set intention for yourself and how you'd like to feel and how do you like to carry yourself through the day. For me, my intention is to feel present and connected in service to myself and to others. And to do that from a place of presence. And so in this moment, I invite you to set your intention for this breathwork journey. Beautiful. You can even type it in or just set it in your mind. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to take a breath in. Suspend your breath. Hold it here in the heart space. And then very slowly and consciously, almost like a 4 breath out. 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. Drinking your breath in now on a 4 count. 1 to your belly, 2 to your solar plex, 3 to your heart space, 4 all the way up to your third eye. And then hold. And then slowly breathing out. And as you breathe out on 4 count, imagine all that stress, all the things that don't serve and support you, all the energy, just handing it over to Mother Earth. And what she does is she takes it from you and transmutes it into beautiful energy. And then on your next breath, imagine you're a tree. Your feet are the roots, and Mother Earth is giving you life force energy. This warm, unconditional, loving energy moving up your feet as you breathe in, right up to your legs, right through your perineum, into your root chakra, where your sex organs are. And just breathing into this place, imagine a red 4-leaf petal, lotus flower. This is where safety, groundedness is. And then as you breathe out, bring it back to Mother Earth. Beautiful. This time, breathing in through your feet, all the way up to your roots, to your belly, to your solar plex. This is your power center. And holding it here, breathing in, expanding the energy even beyond your physical body, around you. And as you're suspending your breath, allow that life force energy to build up. Really feel it building up. And then now exhaling, so you're creating a beautiful bubble around you with your breath. So, you feel that? So as you do that, what you're doing is you're being mindful and present with your auric field, the energy around you 360. Because many of us are empaths. We're tuned in. And sometimes we're not, but we're all empaths. We all have the ability to be more tuned in to the energy around us. So in shamanism, the one of the intents is to create more density in our auric field, so that we actually feel it more than our physical bodies. That's really potent and powerful. It's a beautiful practice because that's what creates that magnetism. That's why I always say your energy introduces you. Creates that magnetism. Beautiful. So breathing in through your feet to your root, belly, solar plex. Let's move into our heart space, this beautiful green energy. And suspending it here. Feeling into this beautiful love energy, conjuring in, building, building, building. Imagine it pouring into you. That's really important, to pour love back into yourself first. And then as you breathe out, imagine like a Care Bear, you're again breathing out your breath into your auric space. You can even send some to your loved ones. Sira kura sinira kura sinira kia sur kura sinira kia. Mora sinira kia kura sinira. Beautiful light language transmission is activating this love energy even more to yourself, to the world. Sarakura sienirakia. Beautiful. I'm just noticing sensations you're experiencing. I'm already noticing my heart that was heavy before we began no longer feels heavy. It feels lighter. It feels like there's more flow in my body. So just check in. There's no right or wrong, my loves. Just check in. Everybody has a different experience. Yes. Beautiful. And then let's breathe in again from your feet, the earth soul chakras, which is a chakra below your feet, and then all the way up to your root, your belly, your sacral, your solar plex, your heart, your throat, activating your voice, activating your truth, activating your courage to speak your truth. So important. Moving up into your third eye, opening and connecting with your intuition right now. You can even take your eyes as they're closed, your eye gaze to your third eye. You can feel that. It might be a little bit uncomfortable, but you'll also notice it stimulating your pituitary gland. And feel into your intention that you set before this breath work. Bring it into the forefront. And then even taking another sip of your breath into your crown, top of your head, and right into the cosmos. Feeling one with the universe as you suspend your breath here. Connecting with your high self, with spirit, God, whoever that higher power is for you, or even just the energies of the universe. Feel the tingles or sensations. Feel my body pulsating, and then grounding down your breath very slowly, like you're blowing slowly into a straw, and planting your breath like roots of a tree into Mother Earth. And now regulating your breath and noticing how you feel now. Feelings, good and bad, are not feelings, those are judgments. So just notice 2 feelings that are present in this moment. No right or wrong. As you regulate your breath, I'm going to bring in my shaman drum. And I'm going to drum over my own body. And as I do that, I set the intention that I am drumming over your body as well, energetically. And may you receive the medicine, the healing, the vibrations, the clearings. So just let yourself regularly breathe. I'm going to start in your root chakra. Focusing on safety, focusing on grounding. Now I'm moving into your womb space, your sacral, your self-worth, your sexual energy, your creative life force energy. Breathe into this space, this orange energy. Moving into your solar plex, your power center. It's where you hold your boundaries energetically, physically, mentally, emotionally. And then moving up to your heart space. Your throat. Third eye. And crown. Back down. Bring the energy back down to Mother Earth. Whew. Beautiful. Grounding that energy. is just feeling in and tapping in to your energy, to the sensations in your body. Again, there's no right or wrong. You may want to place one hand on your heart space, one hand on your womb, or your solar plex or power center, whatever feels aligned, or your roots if you're needing more grounding, feeling your feet on the ground. And allow your body to be a vessel for messages from Source right now. Let yourself feel into what that message is. Yes, that's the one. Before your ego came, well, that can't be it. I know some of you. Yes, I just shush that voice, but that's the voice, that first one you received, that first one you heard. That's the one to trust. So some of you may have had visions, images, memories, words come through. Some of you may have had more movements come through. Or some of you may have had sensations come through. There's no right or wrong in how it comes through. We all receive information differently. That's the power of each of us. So trust the message that's come through. Let's activate this message for the highest good and truth with the light language transmission. Breathing in. And as you breathe out, just receiving. Moratien mora korasin nere kiara soro tora kia semara asir korasin nar korasin nar kiara korasin nar kia. Karasin nere korasin nar kia mora korasin na. Mora korasin nere korasin. Mora korasin nere korasin nar kia. Breathing in. Suspending your breath, feeling into all the sensations that feel so good, so aligned for you. And then grounding that down like roots of a tree with your breath. Beautiful. Yes, and so some of you may be practiced in feeling your energy and playing with it, and some of you might be new to this. So you might not necessarily feel the energy, but with more practice, with more breath work, with more tuning into light language activations, more presence, slowing down just through the journey of your breath, the power of your breath. Trust that you will be able to feel energy. You'll be able to tune more into your intuition. And just check in right now. How are you feeling? I'd love to hear. You can type it in the comments. My heart no longer feels heavy. My heart feels light, invigorated. I feel activated into this beautiful awakened state of presence. And I know that as people watch live and on the replays, that those who come on will receive the medicine that they need to receive from this. Whether that's one person or 20 people or 100, it doesn't matter. That this video will be found, or it will find them. That's a beautiful thing. Let me leave you with one card. Actually, I'm being called to pull from 2 decks. So the first deck is Work Your Light by Rebecca Campbell, one of my favorite decks. And then the other one is by Gabrielle Bernstein, The Universe Has Your Back, also another favorite of mine. These are really simple decks. They're really great, like I would say beginner decks. Could probably play with them more advanced as well. So the way I read cards is I just pull, I ask a question. So what is it that we as a collective need to hear, need to know, need to be informed of? Let the right message come through, please. Okay, so I got my first card. All right. So the first one is, Imrama, where are you being called to journey to? So even just taking a look at this card, what's coming through for you? Do you see water? Water is very much about emotions and flow, and it's also about the subconscious. Diving in deep. Looking at the mysterious sky, the magical sky. So you may pick up on things, and each of us will pick up on something different when we look at this. Okay, so you're going to make meaning for you. And then this one, one of my fun light ones, which I think we all need, is the universe works best when I'm having fun. And absolutely, I always joke that fun is in my last name. It's fun, right? So it's my last name. So if it's not fun, I'm not doing it. And so this is a really powerful card. In what's coming through is that when you're feeling stressed, when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you're not feeling motivated, when you're starting to feel down, you know, especially as like entrepreneurs, because that's usually who I serve here. That's my audience. You're all coaches, leaders, healers, light workers, transformational leaders, visionaries, that we are holding the capacity. We're like creating more capacity to expand ourselves so that we can be the container for those who we serve in our communities in all the different ways. And this is why it's really important we come back to our breath. We come back to remembering who we are and why we're here, aligned with our soul purpose. And when we remember, when we stay in our frequency, we don't allow ourselves to be taken out with the heavy heart, with the energy of the collective. There's a lot of evil shit happening in the world right now in different countries, and we all know, you know, there's that flu going around. There's those ripple effects. That's what we're experiencing as well. Even if they don't seem like they are tied together, what's coming through is it all has an energetic ripple effects now in the future. And so we can change this by tuning in to ourselves. We each are that powerful that when we tune into the wisdom of our breath, when we allow our mind to quiet down through our breath, through our own presence, so that our brain can calm down, we can stay right here. We're resetting, realigning, refocusing, so that we may go back into the world in a more present state. That's what we have control over. And that's what's wanted to come through today. I'd love to know what your takeaways are from this. I'd love to have you share this with anybody who you believe may need some loving support through this video, through this, somewhat more than just a video, through this vibrational shift and support to elevate their frequency. I so appreciate any comments, any shares, even if you want to DM me and share how this served and supported you. And if you want your own Akashic Soul Session, DM me, Akashics, and let's get you booked in, my loves. Okay? One more breath in and out. Namaste. I love you.